Here's why it's funny with LeBron. Because you could arguably pair LeBron with Steph.
Arguably.
You could. I think Kobe sort of had that era where he was almost didn't have a comparison, because the guys who kind of played like him, who were sort of compared with him, who matched up with him, never won. Welcome to another episode of the Brown Couch Bros, your go-to Detroit sports podcast.
That's right. I'm your boy Jess, a.k.a. A-Game. We're here to bring the latest and the greatest from the D, the 313.
And it's your boy, The Loaf, ready to dive right into the heart of Detroit sports with two of my guys, the Honcho and A-Game.
Lions, Tigers, Pistons, Red Wings, PSL Sports, Michigan State. We got you covered.
We'll break down the games, analyze the stats, and give you the hot takes that you didn't know you needed.
Plus, we bring you some amazing guests, legends of the game, Detroit historians, here to share their insights and stories.
So grab a seat on the couch, kick back, and let's get into the action.
Here we go.
Welcome to another episode of the Brown Couch Bros.
Brown Couch Bros, back on the couch. Hello.
And as you can see, it's the A game in me.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, for those of y'all who don't have 4K, Jamal Mosley didn't get fired and come on the show. I'm here with the Honcho, man. So don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. I had a lot of people who was like, man, you look like your man. So I was like, nah, that ain't it.
Bro, you know I got calls from like 3 or 4 people saying I look like this dude, man. Exactly. I'm so glad Orlando got eliminated, man. I don't know what to do. But I guess we kind of favor a little bit. You know. I mean, the mannerisms and everything. I'm getting calls from all over the country, man.
I'm glad
about, man, I didn't know you was coaching for Orlando.
I'm glad it just wasn't me, man.
Man. Oh, man. So, hey, man, it's just us. Today, the Loaf is out today. We gonna, he'll be back with us on the next show.
Yep.
But we're gonna knock this out, the two of us, and in customary fashion.
We'll still do that.
We're gonna still toast.
We still do that. That's right.
That's all right.
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right. Hey, what you got for your tip-off?
Man, the tip-off today, man, is the summertime hitting. And we're going to catch a lag, but who does not stop is the NFL. And tonight is schedule release time, baby. Ooh. Schedule release time. This is when I look at the schedule and tell you how the Cowboys going to be 13-4 every year. But I can't wait, man. You know, I can't wait till we done with our show, man. I got the taping at the house. Go home, check that out, man. Can't wait. You know, the NFL keeps it rolling all year, man. They nonstop. They play the game just right. You know, they draft. They combine, draft. There's no days off, man.
Yeah,
no
so
days
the
off.
The NFL has taken a page out of the NBA's book. They're now 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all year round sports. So they go right from the preseason to the season to playoffs. And then right after the season is over, man, we talking about the draft. And then the schedule release. And in a couple months, free agency, yeah. And then it'll be back to helmets and pads, man. So they doing it the right way.
Yeah. They keep the ball rolling, man. Well, we'll get to that on the money because they a cash cow. They keep the money coming, man. They keep a lot of people employed all year
round. Hey, real quick, man, my tip off. Shout out to the great, the legend, Lisa Leslie.
Hey.
She is the first woman to get a statue outside of crypto arena.
Okay.
And if you can remember at the beginning of the WNBA, some 30 years ago, well, she was one of the faces of the Dub, man, and had a heck of a career for the Sparks, and now will be outside of that arena.
Yeah.
Alongside the greats like Kobe and Shaq and Magic. And she'll finally have her day in the light. And being from Los Angeles, she'll get to see it. You know, her kids and family and all of her, folks in her family will get to see it. And it'll be enshrined forever. Out in front of crypto, man. So shout out to Lisa Leslie.
Shout out Lisa.
Great career. She's finally getting her just desserts.
That's what's up, man. The league, the NBA and the WNBA, they making strides. They really boosting the ladies up.
Oh yeah.
Real well. And it's well deserved because it's a lot of good talent. Now, some people complain, oh, it's just layup basketball or miss shot basketball and then lay it back up.
Yeah.
But no, you got some talent out there, man. They ball.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm glad to see them starting to get their just due.
Yeah.
Especially with the new contracts. And then now Lisa Leslie with the statue. Man, that's big. That's big for both the WNBA and shout out to the NBA for bringing them along.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you're gonna see it. You have seen so many NBA players who are actually supporting the sport, man.
Mm-hmm.
And so be good to see that. I'm sure it's going to be some sort of ceremony at some point this summer. And we'll be talking about it again on this show.
Yeah, absolutely.
What the people saying?
Well, man, it was a list that was made. First of all, my question is, LeBron James. I think he's one of the greats. I don't think he should be number 9 on anybody's list. But it was a list that was put out, and they had him at 9. So I had the list. I didn't bring it, but it was and the funny thing about the list that I look at, and I was telling my son this, I was like, okay, so once you put Mike and Kareem on there, everybody else gets lumped in, and I'll give you the other 8 that was on there, and I'll tell you.
What's the list? What was the list?
So it was Mike, Kareem, 3 and 4. So they're not. So I don't have the order, but I'm gonna give you the tandems that I think should. If you're gonna have one, you're gonna have the other.
So it was a GOAT list.
GOAT list.
Okay.
And LeBron ended up number 9. So they had Magic and Bird was on the list. I don't know the order, but to me, if you got Magic and you got Bird, either one you put 3 or 4. You can do it either way. You're gonna have the other one with it.
Yeah.
You had Shaq and Duncan.
Okay.
Again, another tandem as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, you can't have one without that.
You had Kobe, LeBron, and you had Bill Russell and Wilt.
Yeah.
So that was that's the 10. I don't mess with 1 and 2. I don't mess with Mike and Kareem. But I was telling my son, I was like, so let's look at the tandems, which. Because to me, again, you gotta have. If you're gonna have one, you gotta have the other.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
If you got Magic at 3, you gotta have Bird at 4.
Yeah. You can't talk about Bird without talking about Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Both were winners. Both were MVPs in the NBA. Arguably saved the league. Mm-hmm. 2 of them. So
now you got another tandem that was together was Wilt and Bill Russell.
So they battled.
In
the 60s. And they battled. And they were always compared to one another as big men. Mm-hmm. One probably being more skilled than the other. Wilt being more skilled, more of an offensive player than Bill Russell was. Bill Russell was more of a defensive player. But always matched against each other. In pivotal games. So makes sense to pair those two.
So I'm pairing those, but I'm not having them 5 and 6 as of right now.
Maybe not.
Okay.
Maybe not.
Shaq
and Duncan.
Again, you got to go one with the other.
They were both probably considered the best at their positions at the same time. Mm-hmm. Shaq probably being the best center for some years when he was with the Lakers, and then Tim Duncan being the best power forward when he was with San Antonio for some years. So I get the comparison there.
Okay, and then you have Shaq. You have Kobe and LeBron. So you know what I'm saying. So I'm pairing them up out that group.
So it's funny with LeBron though. Here's why it's funny with LeBron, because you could arguably pair LeBron with Steph.
Arguably.
You could. I think Kobe sort of had that era when he was almost didn't have a comparison, because the guys who kind of played like him, who were sort of compared with him, who matched up with him, never won. Tracy McGrady never won. Allen Iverson never won. Yeah. So it's like, Vince Carter never won. So those were the guys that were kind of coming up the same age, the same era, the same position, all dominant. But Kobe was really the only one that really won a championship during that time. I think Steph and LeBron is a better comparison and tandem to go into a GOAT conversation. I think Kobe is kind of a standalone in this scenario.
Is he a top 10 standalone or is he 11?
In my opinion,
Yeah.
Oh, Kobe Bryant is the third greatest player to ever play the game.
So
I'm sorry, second best player to ever play the game.
Right,
in my opinion, it's Mike, Kobe, LeBron in that order.
Okay. So again, like I said, I was telling my son, let's the way I did it, I tanded them up, and I was like, okay, so Magic and Bird, I gotta keep them in the same group.
Yeah.
And so if they was 3 and 4, and Shaq and Duncan, and you could flip them, flop them, however you want them. If they 5 and 6, and if Bill Russell 7, 8, and is LeBron 9, 10? You know what I'm saying? So that's how I did it.
I think it's unfair.
But they didn't tandem them up in the list.
Yeah.
So they was kind of all spattered out. But I tandem them up together. Yeah.
I think that aside from the list, I think the hate LeBron get is unfair.
Mm-hmm.
I think, for a guy to come into the league with those kinds of expectations and to exceed those expectations,
absolutely did that.
The way he did,
absolutely he did that.
I think the smut on LeBron's name really needs to stop.
I can agree with that.
Do I put him above Mike and Kobe? No.
Yeah. But
he's right there at 3, in my opinion. But the hate is I understand where it comes from.
Mm-hmm.
But it has more to do with it being a different era of sports and of basketball than it does LeBron actually, deserving.
Yeah, absolutely.
He took full advantage of the social media era in
which he didn't start in. He didn't start in it.
He didn't start in it.
Yeah,
but he's taking full advantage of it. He did coin himself the king. But people call him the king. So you can coin yourself whatever you want. It's what people call you.
Yeah.
They call him the king.
Yeah.
So
they call him king.
You just gotta deal with it.
You gotta deal with that.
He took full advantage of free agency.
That he did.
Player empowerment. Took full advantage of that. Is it his fault? He started. Wasn't his rule. He just took full advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
And we could argue that he teamed up and super teams and all this to win a championship and the whole 9. So did Kevin Durant. He don't get the same hate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I get it, but I think a lot of it is just unwarranted.
You think he'll be more appreciated after
of course.
After he play.
Just like we, listen, this is Detroit. We didn't like Michael Jordan. This was not a Michael Jordan favorable, city.
Right, absolutely.
Because of all those years battling with the Pistons and his style of play. He was one of the early guys who, was really shoot first and was good at it. Was great at it.
Yeah.
Was the best at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that wasn't a brand of basketball, a brand of sports that we were accustomed to here. Really not accustomed to in sports. We always said in basketball, you pass first guy, you're a ball hog. You'll never win anything.
Yeah. He was labeled that early.
Yeah.
He was labeled that early.
Mike won at it.
Yeah.
He perfected it and was able to win at it. And so it wasn't until he retired that we really started to appreciate the greatness of Mike.
Well, look, man, we're gonna move on to that. Where they do that at, man? What we doing?
I didn't want to go here, but let's just go here. Pistons up 9 points the other day. 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes to go.
2:39.
Losing overtime.
Mm-hmm.
You got your all-star in Jaden Duren. I looked at the stat the other day. I don't think he's scored in double figures in about 2 weeks.
The stat I saw was that he's 28 and 10 in the last three. Three games.
4 games.
three. And I didn't add the 4 of them, but in the last 3 games he's 28.
I just don't. Win or lose, you don't expect your second best player to just lay an egg in the playoffs in this way.
Yeah.
It's not as if this guy is shooting and missing. This guy ain't even shooting.
Yeah.
He's not even positioning himself to receive a pass and do anything with the ball. No action, no activity, no energy out there. I just don't understand how, boom, you flip a switch, it's playoff time,
Just like
and
that.
the guy just doesn't show up at all.
Well.
Where do they do that at? In a minute, it's going to be Cancun. Because that's where the Pistons could be headed.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
So it's a put that guy on the carton, on the milk carton. Jaden Doohan, where are you?
Well, so
guys missing.
Where do they do that?
Where you at?
Oh man! So look, the loaf ain't here, man. To tell you, must be the money. But since you just started on Durham, listen. The other day, I lost $10 and I didn't sleep for 2 days. This man
off $10.
Oh, $10. This man is losing millions with these 2 series, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I just don't know how he's sleeping at night.
Yeah, I don't. Well, listen, man. Let's jump off into it. You got a guy like Durham who's standing to get that extension. He wants the max, but is playing like a guy who deserves a veteran minimum.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it is. And so it's gonna be a tough decision that the Pistons are gonna have to make. They're gonna pay him, but it should be a way tougher decision than what I think it's going to be in the offseason. Because they're gonna look at his full body of work. He's had a really good season this year, All-Star season. They had to have a second All-Star because of their record at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody had to go. Go other than Cade.
Yeah.
And it was Durham because he's he was
putting up the numbers. Putting up the numbers for it. But look, with that being said, I heard that he's a restricted free agent, meaning the Pistons don't have to offer anything. Go find your money and come back and tell us what it is. And if we want to match it, we'll match it. Yeah. So they don't have to set the price.
No, they don't have to set it. The market will, though.
Yeah, well.
The market's going to set it. And he's, 22? 22.
But this is like his 4th year in the league, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, so
22
that's
years
still
old.
Young.
Man.
Still young.
22 years old.
Yeah.
And 22-year-old, 6'10" athletic guys don't necessarily come a dime a dozen.
Yeah, but is that the chance that the Pistons going to take?
Well, it depends on what they got cooking on the other end. I mean, look, I think the Pistons have had a successful season. Let's look at the trajectory. They made the playoffs last year after winning 40-something games, which is almost double
what they did the year before.
They flipped almost what they did the year before that. So they made themselves a relevant playoff team last year, which is fantastic. You saw the emergence of Cade Cunningham at the end of last season. But they didn't win the playoff series last year.
Right.
They come into this year, best record in the league for months. Number 1 seed in the playoffs. 2 All-Stars. Bernie Bickerstaff should have been the coach of the year. You go into the Orlando series and you really don't play well. But you play well enough to win that series in 7 games. 7th game at home. That's why you get the best record. So you play in front of your hometown people. So I'm happy they won a playoff series. Because I've been saying on this show, this collection of Pistons have never won a playoff series. Let them win a playoff series and then we can talk about how good I think they can be. I'm now ready to have that conversation.
On how good they can be.
How good I think they can be.
Well, that's going to have to come with another guy, too.
Before the playoffs, I said they needed a scoring big. I still stand by that.
Now, you was talking about my man from Utah a lot.
They also need a ball handler. Because what I've learned is that Cade Cunningham can't be trusted with the basketball.
Yeah, a turnover machine.
Oh, he turns the ball over way
but he's handling it. He's the main
part of that is him handling it in the spots and the areas and for the length of time that he's handling it. He's handling it from the beginning of the game to the end of the game. That's a lot to ask for your best player and your best scorer to do. So not only do you need a shooting big, but you need another sure-handed ball handler. I don't see Cade Cunningham getting enough actions. They had like a little double high post situation with him, and there was a little action there, a little screen to screener action going there. I want to see more of that. I also want to see him in the post sometimes, getting the ball on that mid to low block, and making something happen from there. Way too often he's caught 25 feet from the basket, 30 feet from the basket, trying to make a decision and turn that thing over.
Mm-hmm.
We just can't have that. Somebody put a I can't remember who it was. I think it was Jeff Weber. Jeff Weber. Shout out to Jeff. Chris Webber's little brother. Went to Benedictine with me for a minute, and then I think he graduated from Borges, I think.
Yeah. I was gonna say
said that the Pistons need to do whatever they need to do to get Drew Holiday next year.
To run the point.
I like that. A veteran defender can score, got to guard him, but sure-handed and can get guys like Cade, the ball when they need it. But they're not going to win an NBA championship with this current collection of players.
Right.
Are they going to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers? I don't know. Because here's what people were saying. People were saying, oh, the Pistons defense is what's going to take them over the top. No. Your defense is going to keep you in the game and give you a chance.
You're going to need somebody to score.
You got to score.
That's the name of the game.
This is a scoring league. You got to have more than one guy to put the ball in the basket. And don't talk to me about Dennis Jenkins. We can't have no conversation. I can't have a conversation with people about Dennis Jenkins.
Yeah.
Thinking, maybe he could be a compliment to Cade. No, man. He was undrafted for a reason.
Yeah.
He's turned himself into a quality backup point guard in this league, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
But he is no go-to guy from the point guard position. You need a bona fide dude at the point guard. Dennis Jenkins ain't it. He should be your third or fourth guard, which is cool.
Well, yeah.
Which is cool.
What he gives you, yeah.
From what he gives you. The Pistons are going to have a tough time if they roll into next season with that roster looking the same way.
Well, I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to find a guy to take Cade off the ball. And when you do that with Cade, you can set up some certain matchups. Right now, you can't screen off and then get Cade the ball against the matchup you want.
Bro, they so predictable right now.
You can't do it.
This team is so predictable. And when Cleveland can roll out James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Mobley, and then Strus is hitting, come on, man.
Yeah.
The Pistons don't have four guys. Cleveland's got two guys, James Harden and Donovan Mitchell, who you can get a ball to and move out the way. They can create a shot. Make a shot, create a shot, get your foul line. James Harden, overweight, at 34, 35, 36 years old, is better than the second best Piston. Donovan Mitchell and Cade are almost canceling each other out.
Yeah, they cancel. Yeah.
James is the difference. Yeah, he's turned the ball over. He's fat and out of shape and old. But at the end of the game,
he knew how to find his way. He knew how to find it.
Figured it out.
Yeah.
Found a way. We don't have a guy like that. And until we get a guy like that, we'll be bounced first, second round.
Well, they'll probably get their shooter back. Duncan.
Not enough.
Not enough.
Not enough.
Not enough to space the floor.
No. We don't space the floor for what?
Yeah.
They can let Cade get 38 and 40 and 45. Nobody else is gonna do anything.
Well, they ran that Cade the last.
And it was real easy to do.
Yeah, but now you add Duncan Robinson back out there.
Yeah, but
you might be able to get the swing over it.
He still got to make them.
Still got to make them.
And he wasn't making them at a great clip.
This is true.
Before he got out.
Yeah.
So I mean, look, man. If I was a guessing guy, a betting guy, Pistons right now is what? Today is Thursday. They play tomorrow night, Friday.
Mhm.
Hopefully they win and press it to a game 7. If they get it to a game 7, I like their chances.
Yeah, absolutely.
The best chance for Cleveland to advance is beating them in Cleveland.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Beating them in Cleveland.
I agree with that because a James Harden game 7 ain't what it's all cracked to be.
No. The longer that series go, the heavier that weight
the heavier he get. And ain't that the truth?
The heavier that weight get. Well, look, man, we talked about this a bit before the show started. Shout out to my good bruh, my good chapter bruh, Larry Price, who bowled a 300 game about a month or so ago. And we were talking, you're a bowler.
Wow.
I just went bowling for the first time with my staff about a week and a half ago. And bowled my little 135 or whatever it was. And realized how hard it was to bowl a 300 game.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about, one, how hard it is to bowl a 300 game.
Yeah, it's hard.
What has to happen. But then what's the equivalent in other sports of like bowling 300 game?
So to me, I think if I want to put a tandem of sports together, I still think bowling and golf has their similarities.
Okay.
Because golf, you play in the course.
Mm-hmm.
Bowling, you play in the lanes. You adjust into the shot. Okay, my ball's doing this, it's doing that. But you get to stay right there. You guys on the course, y'all go to 18 different holes to figure it out.
The conditions change
every time. So I think bowling is easier to figure out. You find out like, okay, my ball's doing this. If I just move this way to the left, still get it over there, it's gonna make it do what it do.
Yeah.
With you guys, it's a difference because you get to the next course and like, okay, so I don't know how the grass going over there.
Yeah.
So, but the bowler 300, man, a lot of things have to happen right for you. I'm speaking for a guy that's my white whale still. I still haven't gotten one.
Still ain't got one
I still ain't got one, but I'm working on it. But a lot of things have to happen right. They say in the bowling world, you get one mistake. And that mistake, as long as you get out that mistake,
mm-hmm.
and then you can get back on your game. And if you can get out that mistake and still get the strike, you take a deep breath, walk away, and then get right back at it.
Get back right back at it.
So it is tough, man. But what would be the equivalent to a 300 in golf? We were talking. Shooting par for me, thinking par is that. But like you corrected me and saying there's a lot of different ways to get the par.
You can make a lot of mistakes and shoot a 72 or 71.
Mm-hmm.
You can have some great holes where you're birdieing, maybe an eagle in there somewhere, and still have a bunch of bogeys and get to 71
mm-hmm.
or 72. I don't know that, because to me, bowling a 300 is almost like a perfect game
mm-hmm.
in baseball, like a pitcher pitching a perfect game.
Everything went right.
He's getting every batter out. May not be with a strikeout,
mm-hmm.
but every batter is getting out. I don't know that there's an equivalent in golf. I mean, for a minute, I was going to say a hole in one, but that's just one shot.
That's just one shot.
One hole.
Yeah.
You bowling a strike 10 times in a row. 10 times in a row.
12. The two on the
Well, 12. The 2 on the back end. That's right. I forgot about that. The 2 on the back end. Maybe 12 pars in a row? If you par the hole 12 times in a row, maybe. Or birdie it.
So birdie 12 times?
Maybe. But it's got to be in a row, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I thought when we were talking about it, I said the equivalent would be so your holes go 4, 5, 3, 4, 5.
Depending. Yeah, mix it up.
I think if you lined it up and you scored what it is on each hole, to me, that's a perfect. Not, what I'm saying? I didn't birdie. I didn't bogey. I didn't birdie.
You just shot the card.
I shot the card.
Shooting the card.
I think
that's probably the best.
I think that's the best way of saying that.
Yeah, probably. I mean, for me, my best game, my best round of golf is shooting 80. I shot 80. It's my best round of golf.
And he just shot that, people.
Just shot
Don't let him fool you. So he hot. He hot going into the summer.
I made a lot of mistakes shooting 80. But to me, you got less room for error shooting a 300 game than you do shooting 72. I can make a lot of mistakes and shoot a 72. You said it yourself. You only got one mistake.
Yeah, you get one
to shoot a 300 game.
Yeah,
that's tough, man.
That's tough. That's
tough.
I can see that being tough. That's tough. Trust me, it's tough because I get close, man, and I choke. I ain't gonna say I choke it, but I do get in my head thinking, okay, what dance I'm gonna do once I do it? I gotta dance. I'm gonna dance, man. I'm gonna either Ray Lewis or I'm gonna do prime time.
Do something.
All the way up and down the line.
Well, that's the one thing you can't do with golf, man. You can't start adding up your score before the round's over. You mess around, double, triple your last 2-3 holes.
Yeah.
As soon as you look at that card.
As soon as you look at it. So is that what you do?
I'm on track. Yeah, I try not to.
I mean, you put your score down.
I do my best. I do my best. But see, what I know is how many over I am at a particular time. I don't necessarily add it up to say, okay, this is my score. I know if I'm 10 over right now. I got 3 holes to go. Okay, I'm 12 over right now. I got 4 holes to go. Or I'm 20 over right now.
Yeah.
I got 1 hole to go.
Right.
I know. I kind of know where I am. I hadn't added up, to say, okay, I shot a 91, I shot a 92, I shot an 89 or whatever. But you can't do that if you're really trying to score low. If you scoring low, you got to stay in the zone. You can't look at your score. Only thing you got to concentrate on is the next shot. Next shot is the most important shot. Can't talk about that double you made on 3.
Mm-hmm.
You can't talk about that par 3 you got, that par 3 on number 17 that you got to go over some water. You can't even think about that. The next shot is the most important shot. 300 games, same thing.
Yeah, it's the next shot.
The next frame is the most important frame.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man. I mean, I wish I had a couple of guys on here that could tell you. Shout out to Larry for doing it, man. And, I if that was his first one, I'm only down 1 to him.
You only got to make up 1.
I only got to make up 1 to catch it. So, man, but that's crazy, man.
Any shout outs before we get out of here?
Well, look, man, let me shout out one of our guys, man, Byron Sims, man. Me and Byron, we had a heated conversation. Man, B Sims, I love you, bro. Shout out, man. My apologies for it escalating to that. You my guy, and you know that. And we done already made up and kumbaya'd it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but that's my guy, man. That's my guy, man. That's what brothers do, man. We have our differences about some certain things, but shouts out to you, bro.
A wise man once said, put 2 men in a room and get out the way.
Get out the way.
Get out the way. And speaking of that, rumor has it that Charles Barkley and Michael Jordan about to play golf together, man.
Yeah.
About to make it up, man. About to make up, man.
Yeah.
15 years they've been beefed out, man.
Yeah, that's big for him, man.
Ever since Chuck said he was a terrible GM.
Which Chuck wasn't lying. He just didn't have to say it out loud.
Yeah, he had to say it out loud.
That was your guy.
TV.
Yeah, that was your guy.
About your guy, man. But shout out to Byron, man. Shout out to Charles and Mike J for figuring it out.
Yeah, man.
Put 2 men in a room, get out the way.
Get out the way. Listen, man. We'll get the loaf back, man. Me and the honcho trying to hold it down for him. And I can't wait, man. We get all 3 of us back together. And like I said, we got some things coming up. Where we're going to be out and about. So I can't wait for that.
We'll be out, man. Sports are starting to slow down a little bit. Happy to have the Pistons and the NBA playoffs right in front of us. But when that's over, we'll be off in the streets.
Yeah,
man.
Absolutely. On some location.
Some youth football, some youth basketball, and getting it in, bringing you guys good content.
There it is.
Been another episode of the Brown House Bros, and we are out of here.
Peace.